Now let's proceed to the third question. The third question is from the writing section of the paper. Now remember, writing and grammar together are given in your paper. If you observe this question, this is a letter based question. As far as the marking scheme is concerned, the entire question carries 8 marks. If you have to look at the distribution of the marks per se, remember these 8 marks are further subdivided. Let's look at the question first. It says you are couple / Komal living at C424, Sector 18, Green Park, New Delhi. You bought a washing machine from Balaji Electricals Private Limited, Lajpat Nagar, New Delhi. It started giving trouble within a few days. Write a complaint letter in 100 to 150 words to the sales manager seeking immediate repair or replacement. Invent the details of defects. This is what you have to do. So, the entire information given in the question has to be taken into account before writing it. If I talk about the letter of complaint as a format, the distribution of marks in terms of format is such as format itself carries 1 mark. You get this entire mark if all these details are given in your letter in the same sequence. And for the rest of the content, you get 4 marks. Remember, inventing details is important. So, details of defect, because in this case, it's a letter of complaint. And lastly, the expression carries 3 marks. What all comes in the expression? Grammatical accuracy, appropriate words, spellings, coherence and relevance of ideas, along with style of writing. No sense of writing can be expressed if it's not accurately written. Keep that in mind and then proceed with writing the answer. If I talk about the value points that can be incorporated, you can introduce with the date of purchase, product name and bill details. Thereafter, you describe your problem and the outcome you precisely want from the manager, and include key details such as when you purchased the goods or services and when the problem occurred. This is something that is compulsorily to be written in the answer. And further on, identify what action you've already taken to fix the problem and what you will do if you and the seller cannot resolve the problem. This is something that has to be addressed. And lastly, ask for a response within a reasonable time. Thereafter, attach a copy of any supporting relevant documentation such as a receipt or invoice. Since it's a business letter, the way you present your information matters a lot. Just to give you a sample idea, if I talk about the sample letter here, you begin with the sender's address, leave a line, give the date in full format, again leave a line, write the receiver's address beginning with the designation, the name of the company and the complete address. All this is given in the question, do not invent your own. Followed by the subject, which has to be effective, and a short phrase such as complaint regarding defective washing machine, because this was clearly written in the question. Moving on, you begin your letter with a salutation such as sir / madam and introduce the problem at the beginning. On February 5th, 2020, I had bought an LG A4520 washing machine from your showroom via bill number AEDC 21510. This is how you introduce the reason of writing the letter. After its successful installation, it worked fine for a week but soon started giving trouble. It seems that it is defective. Please find below the list of issues. Try not to make lengthy paragraphs here. If you observe the given set of 2 issues here, the first one says the tub won't drain despite repeated settings. The front door panel seems to be jammed, and if I keep this into accordance, I have to give at least 4 to 5 issues such as the washing machine doesn't spin as per the timer settings, the machine is quite noisy as well, and it is life-threatening as gives electric shocks. Try to keep these issues as relevant to the question as possible. And then you have to write a paragraph giving details of what you expect the person to do. So talk about to resolve the problem. I would appreciate if your company would send in their executives to pick up the machine and arrange for its replacement as per the terms of purchase. Enclosed herewith are the details of my cash memo, item code and warranty details required because of the business correspondence required here. And moving on, it says it's highly regrettable that a reputed chain of stores such as yours is also not able to provide appropriate service. This is the dissatisfaction that you address. Looking forward to an early redressal, I shall wait till 2 weeks before seeking help from a consumer protection agency. This is your further step of resolution in case something is not done. And lastly, you conclude by saying, in case of any further query or information, please contact me at this number or at the above address. Sign yourself as yours sincerely, Kapil or Komal, as given in the question. I hope the sample letter allows you to compare your response and see how effective it went. Now, the second part of the same question, the option that is given, is an article based question. It says yoga is most important in everyone's life as it helps in balancing the relationship between body and mind. Write an article in 100 to 150 words on the topic importance of yoga in our life. You are Ram/Rama. Remember, the format, the marking scheme has to be kept in mind. Again, because it's part of the same question, it also carries 8 marks. So, as far as the format of the article is concerned, the distribution of marks goes as format carrying 1 mark. The format comprises the heading, which is the title given at the top, along with the writer's name, which is given in the question as Ram or Rama, and thereafter the content carries 4 marks and the expression is again carrying 3 marks, requirement of the similar ideas that we discussed when we looked at the letter question. Now remember, once you have kept the distribution of marks in mind, the maximum marks you score are based on your value points. So the suggested value points have to begin with the introduction part of your article. So ensure that your article has minimum of 3 paragraphs. For example, you can begin the introduction by describing what yoga really means. Yoga means union. You can talk about how yoga is an immensely rich and highly complex spiritual tradition. You can discuss the basic aim and function of yoga is to develop physical and mental strength, resistance to disease and a strong mind. And you can talk about how yoga has become more popular nowadays because people are realizing its importance and the key to the cure of modern day stress lies in yoga. Relate to the argument, highlight your argument and say that yoga is inexpensive, free-handed form of exercise with a combination of breathing exercises and poses. Yoga is systematic, scientific and results can be obtained by improvement of both physical and mental health. Once you have established your argument, then the main body, which is the next para, can highlight the main causes or effects, or in this case, the reason why yoga has to be part of our lives. So you can talk about yoga and modernization, talking about ideas such as modern life is resulting us to take up a hectic and unsystematic lifestyle. To deal with that, this combined with all the erratic food habits, lack or improper sleep, long working hours, etc. surely pushes the new generation kids or adults to lose health, vitality, flexibility, energy and overall resistance to diseases. Further, you can add how yoga gives a hope to find a way of curing all these. Similarly, a balanced life can be obtained by practicing yoga and harmonizing body and soul with various asanas, pranayam and meditation. Build on the central idea. Thereafter, you can highlight importance of yoga for healthy life being the central argument. You can add information such as a healthy body is essential to enjoy life and regular practice of yoga can provide a great deal of health. Similarly, yoga is not different forms of vigorous exercises, rather it is a form of systematic and rhythmic movements that have to be done one after another. Moving on, you can add how breathing patterns are important in the asanas. A proper yoga follower must follow a set of routines for exercise, rest and diet for maximum results. Building on the information allows you to gather more marks. Similarly, yoga is done to obtain peace and it is done peacefully, which means the surroundings matter. Yoga can be performed by people of all ages and even sick people. So you're highlighting how it is something that can be done by all. So it's a cure for all. Thus, you can say a holistic approach to exercise and combination of mantras and meditations during yoga produces many changes in our thoughts and mindset. That is what is the plus point here. So, what it ultimately does is it makes us free from addiction. enhances our memory power, keeps our mind cool, and overall makes us more energetic, effective, and even builds self-control. Giving all the positives together, I can simply highlight that to conclude, you can say yoga has been very much accepted in the West also, and through Baba Ramdev, it has slowly become quite popular. Thus, we can say that yoga is the key to unlock the divine in man. The temple of body can be worshipped through yoga itself. So, the concluding gesture is the re-emphasis part of the article, thereby highlighting the central idea. Suggest a suitable title keeping this in mind and you're good to go. So, I hope the entire question 3, both the letter format and the article format was clear. Let's proceed to the next question now, which is question number 4.